Hello everyone. I know it's been a long time since I've made a video, and I'm hoping to make more content here soon. So let me catch you up on some PCs that I've sold recently, as well as some PCs I have been working on. So if you watched my last video, I had that PC that had a Ryzen 7 3800X paired with an RX 6800, and I ended up selling that PC locally on Facebook Marketplace for $800. That PC was valued at around $1,100 with some used parts and new parts. So I feel like that was a very good deal for the customer, and I still made some profit on that PC as well, and I'll put that here on the screen now. Another PC that I was able to sell recently was that Ryzen 5 3600 paired with an RTX 5050. I finally sold that PC after having it for almost 6 months. That was the longest I've ever taken to sell a PC that I've built. Someone purchased that PC from me in my local area, and I ended up selling that PC for $700 even. That wasn't the best deal for me, honestly, because how long it took for me to sell it. And then I barely made any profit on that computer. I think I made maybe $20 profit. But I was happy to finally just get it off my hands and have some more money to work with to build other PCs. So hopefully I won't ever have to sit on a PC for that long. Right now, since it's spring going into summertime, the PC market is kind of slow, but I've still been consistent in making sales, which is good considering that these past holidays I barely made any sales at all. So that's all I can hope for at this rate, and we're just going to continue to keep building PCs and hopefully making some good sales. Another PC that I built recently was a budget system using a mix of new and used parts. For the parts for this PC, I started off using a Ryzen 5 2600X that I bought used from AliExpress. It cost me $45.17 after tax. I paired it with a B450 motherboard. It's a Soyo motherboard that I got from AliExpress as well, and it only cost me $45.74 when I purchased it. To cool the CPU, I bought a brand new Thermalright Assassin X120R white air cooler, which only cost me $17.90. For memory, I used a Corsair Vengeance RGB Pro 16GB kit of DDR4 clocked at 3000 MHz that I had on hand from a previous parts haul, which only cost me about $33.50. For storage, I went with a used Ingspec NX 512GB SSD that I bought off of eBay, and it only cost me $54.26 after tax. And for the graphics card, I bought a used HP OEM RTX 2060 off of eBay, and that card was pretty expensive. I ended up paying $127 after shipping. For the power supply for this build, I ended up going with a Thermaltake Smart Series 500 watt power supply. It's 80 plus white, and even though a lot of people hate on this power supply, I've always used them for builds and they've never had any issues. And I put all these parts together in a brand new BitPhoenix Nova Mesh Micro ATX case. And also for this build, I took apart the RTX 2060 and painted the fan shroud white for this build so that the parts would match up with the case and other parts as well. And after getting it all put together, I feel like it came out looking pretty good. But now let's talk about the performance of this PC. And for a total of $425, I think this is a really good budget system. With the settings that the game defaulted to, this PC was getting well above 100 FPS. So if you set these settings to performance mode, you could get even more FPS. So I think this PC performed really well. Something else I've been working on recently is I did a case swap and motherboard swap for my own personal build. And with the leftover case and motherboard, I ended up putting some other parts into it to make a high-end PC to flip. I ended up installing a Ryzen 5 7600X into the leftover motherboard. And I also purchased an RTX 3080 off of eBay that I took apart, cleaned, and then spray painted white so that it would match the aesthetic of the case. And after getting some cable extensions and putting all the parts together, I feel like this build came out really clean and looks really nice. Jumping into Fortnite on this PC using the high settings that the game defaulted to, we were getting between 200 to 300 FPS. With the combination of the Ryzen 5 7600X and RTX 3080, this is kind of an overkill setup for Fortnite. You could play lots of competitive esports titles with this PC at high FPS, but also you could play more graphically demanding story-driven games as well at a pretty high FPS with good graphical fidelity. So when I started filming this video, it was actually the beginning of spring, but now that I'm finishing it up, we're almost in the middle of summer now. So to wrap up this video, I'm going to do a quick recap of the PCs I've sold this summer and spring, and let's just see how well the profits have been and how things have been going for me during this PC selling journey. I sold that black PC from a previous video that had the Ryzen 5 3600 and the RTX 2060 for $599 on Jawa. After the Jawa fees and shipping insurance, we ended up netting $519.63 for a total profit of $41. Then the white PC that we built in this video with the Ryzen 5 2600X and an RTX 2060, I ended up selling on Java for $600. After the fees and shipping insurance, we netted $520.50 for a total profit of $96.45. And then I sold the white PC that had the Ryzen 5 7600X and an RTX 3080 for $1,199 on Java. After fees and shipping, we got $1,040.13 for a total profit of $51.06. So as you can see, the profit margins are very slim. I believe I've been pretty impatient with selling these PCs during the spring and summer. I feel like I could have waited longer, but my new thing is if I haven't sold the PC within 2 weeks of listing it, then to me it's kind of a failure. That one black PC that I sold in the past, that took almost like 4 months or more to sell. I think it was almost 6 months, and I don't want to have a repeat of that similar situation where I'm waiting that long to sell a computer. So some of these PCs I marked down quite a bit to get them sold faster. I believe once the holidays come around, it'll be different. I can list a higher price and make some better profit, because at the end of the day, these are custom builds and I make sure that they have the best performance possible for the parts that are in them, making sure there's no bloatware on the PC and that they're set up completely customized and ready to go for the buyer. One thing I am thankful for though is that with shipping PCs, I've never had any issues with a shipping insurance claim or any situation where the PC has gotten damaged. Selling locally in my area though has just been almost non-existent during the spring and summer, and most of my sales are coming from Java. Hopefully that'll change soon, and during the holidays I'll be able to get some more sold locally and maybe get some footage of those transactions. But just with the PC hardware market and the prices of everything, it's been very difficult to sell PCs, and I'm just thankful that I have sold the PCs that I have built recently. Right now I'm working on 2 other builds that I'll be selling here soon. One's a high-end build that's going to sell for around $1,000 or more, while I have another one that's going to sell for around $500 to $600. And I always try to keep that variety of budget builds and also high-end systems for people so that there's a better selection for customers who want to buy something either high-end or something on the low end. But yeah, that's where I'm at with my PC selling and flipping at the moment. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I know this video was all over the place. I know I've continuously said that I want to start pushing out more content, but it's been very difficult lately as I have a full-time job, taking care of the household and the family, and just getting things done with the business as well as my job, and also doing school and other things. It's just a lot piled on my plate right now, but hopefully I'll be able to get into the studio more and just start making more content, start building more PCs and filming it and showing you guys the journey. Thank you all for watching. Until next time, this is Fish, and try not to get blown up.